So we're here today to talk about one of those questions that we all address when we're riding a young horse or an unfamiliar horse, or maybe if we've got some confidence issues. And I'll sort of paraphrase Hamlet, the famous line, to be or not to be. The question is, to lope or not to lope? That's the question. Well, it can be sort of existential in the sense that if you choose to lope on a horse and it's going to break in two and buck, you probably need to think long and hard and have your neurosurgeon on speed dial. But if you've got a nice young horse, it becomes more a question of are they ready? And for many, many years, I always loped on the first ride unless there was some compelling reason why not. That way it just became part of their world. And there is a very strong argument to be made for that being the right choice. On the other hand, as I've accumulated birthdays, I've gotten just a little bit more ground shy myself. And I've also found that some horses are a little awkward loping or a little stressed loping. So sometimes I'll just say, let's just go ahead and ride them at a walk and a trot for a while until they tell me that they are ready to lope. Now this filly has loped a couple of times, had Melanie in the round pen and I sort of lunged her around to the lope, and frankly, she seemed a little bit stressed by that. Popular wisdom says, of course you lope your horse in the round pen. It's contained, it's safe, but it's also stressful and it's tight. And you can get a horse that's worried about keeping to their feet, or worse yet, who doesn't worry about keeping their feet, and you can wind up in a wreck just because you're in a round pen. So I've always kept open as an option, starting to lope outside, starting to lope more in a long straight line. Now, this is one instance where my choice not to have sides on my pen, which I like because I can peel off and go out across the field either direction. I can ride in and out of the pen without having a gate. I like all of that. But for this phase with these young horses, I would love to have even a smaller square or rectangular pen with real live sides on it. But you know, you use what you have and you do what you can do with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride her down a diagonal line and I'm going to see if she feels ready to lope, because I have a feeling today may be the day. So I'm going to head for the corner, and when I get down there, when she's starting to bend to the left, I'm going to cluck to her and see if she can lope off, even if it's a stride. So that was okay. She was a little humpy, but she didn't really want to buck. She was just feeling her way. She loped a little longer than I thought she might because she's got a little hold back in her. So I'll repeat that. I'm not going to drill her on it, but I would just like to see her get more comfortable with stepping up. We haven't ridden her a lot this morning, so she may be a bit on the fresh side. Fresh isn't always good. So I come across this diagonal and peel off to the left. That'll help you get that left lead. Now here's an interesting thing. She's looking forward to this. She's picking up a little speed. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let's find out. A little short on steering. You lose steering when you start loping. What I didn't want to do was stop her right there where I'd stopped her before. I'll do that one more time and that may be enough for today. You could make a strong argument to do this to the right as well, but she's got the rest of her life. Well, other than trying to lose her footing there, and she got a little humpy, that's okay. She loped further, she steered a little better, and now I'm just gonna ride her around quiet and say thank you. You could do a lot more. One of the advantages I have in riding my own horses, and when I used to ride horses for other people long ago, there was always a time limit. If it takes me 3 weeks to get her loping around here the way I want her to, I just don't care. She's probably gonna live to be 25 or 30 years old. So sometime in that time period, I bet she's gonna be loping pretty good. When she gets there, I'll be there with her. Hope you're there with me as well. Till next time.